Riddle and Riddle, Friday Night Rivals, presented by the University of North Carolina. A couple of teams that have experienced a lot of success in recent years. The Wake Forest Cougars pay a visit to the Leesville Road Pride. As we welcome you in, Patrick Johnson along with Andrew Bays. Great to have you with us. We're going to hear from Madison Little in just a little bit. So both these teams lost in week one. As they come out here in week two, a lot of things to work on. The reality of this, Andrew, somebody's going to pick up their first win tonight. Somebody's going to be winless after
Absolutely.
tonight.
It's not panic mode yet. You know, both these teams have plenty of football left. You know, as far as Wake Forest goes, Coach Lucas was a little disappointed in the secondary play last week. They've really focused on hammering that down, elevating the level of practice, and he really thinks that they got something out of this week. As far as Leesville Road, they really had a difficult game. They went up 2 scores early and then kind of settled into that game and allowed the team to come back and ultimately end up losing in the last second in a field goal. So tough matchup there. You got to recover, you know, on the road.
We're going to see how it goes tonight with our Central Carolina Chevy dealers. Keys to the game and players. Let's start with the players to watch. Who do you have for us?
The Wake Forest star of the game is number 8, starting running back Micah Alou. The junior running back has offers from North Carolina A&T as well as Troy. Last week, he showcased his big play ability by going for 142 yards on 18 carries. For Leesville Road, the star of the game is number 3, starting quarterback Damasio Cueto. The junior quarterback showcased his athleticism and elusiveness by going 16 for 24 for 192 yards and 2 touchdowns, as well as 54 yards rushing. He is a true threat to escape the pocket and pick up big chunk plays when plays break down.
And tonight's keys to the game, they're presented by Central Carolina Chevy dealers. What do you got?
For Wake Forest, it's win the turnover margin. Coach Lucas wants his defensive line to be disruptive and force Leesville into bad decisions that can force a turnover. Wake Forest also has to limit big play potential of Damasio's deep threats, receivers Jaden Perry, and Wake Forest commit Devin Goldston. For Leesville Road, the key defensively is to have success tackling these Wake Forest runners in space and try to prevent them from getting to the second level. Leesville Road will also need to limit turnovers and protect the football.
Well, those are our keys to the game, and now let's head to Madison Little with some breaking news we learned about an hour before kickoff.
Tonight, the Cougars will be without their longtime head coach, Reggie Lucas. We learned about an hour before the game that he had to leave the field due to an emergency, and acting in his place will be running backs coach Glendon Dillard, who has been with this program for 15 years, and he told me tonight he is just going to do whatever he can. For Leesville Road, they will be without their starting receiver in Jaden Lee Perry, who is battling a sprained ankle. He did play in week 1, but was limited, and the Pride's coaching staff is hoping some rest will get him back to 100% before conference play. In his place will be Akshar Barnes, a two-way player who put up some great numbers in this game a year ago. We will see how that all unfolds when we come back right here on Friday Night Rivals.
Welcome into Leesville Road High in Raleigh. Great to have you along. Patrick Johnson along with Andrew Bays and Madison Little, our entire FNR crew. Leesville won the toss. They've deferred to the second half, so back to receive for Wake Forest. It'll be Micah Alou, who we told you about in the open, Stephen Tabon and Stephen Singleton. So a grouping of 3, all very dangerous. And we're getting ready to kick it off here. It'll be Jake Bindell handling those duties. He's all over the field, offense and defense for Leesville. And he will kick it off. It is our Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us. It comes down at the 2. And a good return, but the ball is fumbled. And it's going to be Leesville picking it up.
Patrick, that was a great hit on that return. The kicker gave the coverage team extra time. The ball was placed right on the sideline, so they were able to corral and just put a heck of a hit that caused a disturbance, popped the ball, and Leesville Road has action.
Well, they wanted to make things happen defensively, and here we are with a short field to work with. Their opponent's 25 is where they'll scrimmage from. So a quick change, and Damasio Cueto at the QB spot with a back to either side. Going to give it on some jet sweep motion to Barnes. Akshar Barnes with some room. Barnes sidesteps in. He's in for the score. So in 2 plays, it's 6-0.
Patrick with an effort there. Goodness, what a way to start a game. Get a kickoff recovery and be able to punch it in on the very first play on an RPO. Barnes just takes it up, makes one man miss, and then just shows off his speed getting up the field and sheds the other tackle. But unfortunately, it looks like that might have been a holding.
So the flag will bring it back. Will nix the Crossroads Ford touchdown for now, but certainly an energetic start for the home team.
Yeah, there wasn't much pursuit from Wake Forest on that play, regardless of the holding. So fast start for Leesville.
So the ball will be backed up to the 29, and it'll be 1st and 14, 20 seconds in. Low snap, they'll go up. No, it's going to be kept by Cueto, and he'll be chased down from behind. Might have lost a yard or two.
Yeah, Sanjay Carroll, as well as Gavin McLaughlin, did a great job there on down.
Riddle and Riddle starting lineups. Riddle and Riddle when justice counts. Cueto, Best, Goldston, the Wake Forest commit. Barnes getting the start tonight at receiver. We told you about Bindell. Evan List is another do-it-all for him. And then Erickson, Bullard, Reed, Hutchinson, and Hester, the senior up front. Loss on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11. First time in the air tonight, and there's List at the 15. List a first down as he gets it to the 9. And that'll be a pickup of 16 yards.
Really good protection there by the offensive line. Gave Cueto plenty of time. Look at a couple of options and find List over the middle. Not much coverage there. Easy pickup. Good first down conversion.
Defensively for Wake Forest, Riddle and Riddle starting lineups. Riddle and Riddle when justice counts. And they were led last week in tackles by Amari Cook, but he is out this week, so they'll have to fill that void. Jaden Debnam playing out there with a cast, and you see big Isaiah Haynes had 50 tackles and 6 sacks last season. 1st and goal. Up the middle, Barnes, and he'll break the plane for 6. It is a Crossroad Ford touchdown for Barnes and Leesville Road.
Leesville Road on that drive did a good job of setting the perimeters on a few plays. That one, they just powered right up the middle with Barnes. Great blocking off tackle, and he just showed extra effort to push that across the goal line. Good start for Leesville.
They generate a turnover on kick coverage. Had a play called back, and now Bindell, who hit 2 of 2 on PATs, out of the hold of List. Curls through, and it is a 7th spot for the Pride here early. Not 90 seconds into this one, and Leesville has a 7-0 advantage. It is Riddle and Riddle, Friday Night Rivals, presented by the University of North Carolina. Now with his hands on his hips, that's Glendon Dillard, the acting coach tonight, as Madison told you at the top of the show. Longtime coach Reggie Lucas came up to me an hour before the game as we were walking back into the stadium after a meeting in the truck and said, "There's an emergency, I have to go." He left, and we wished him the best. But Coach Dillard, who's been with this program since 2010, he's an alum of Wake Forest, went to Roseville, says he lives and breathes football, so he'll have to get his crew fired up. Typically the running backs coach. And there's Ben Kolstad. He's done a great job here at Leesville. Out of Green Bay originally, played arena football, 56 wins, won 79% of his games here in his 7th season, and is looking for his 155th win as a head coach overnight. He spent Time, of course, at Sanderson and Carey. In fact, we told you last week that the Carey game, he was the first, or the last coach to lead Carey to a winning season. Big win for the Imps last week on our Saturday edition of Friday Night Rivals. And we'll do this kickoff again as it's in the air. The Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always there when you need us. Better return this time. And that is going to be Olu hanging onto the football, pushed back with forward progress, so give him the 19.
Yeah, he was a bit more timid on that return. Again, Jake Bendel with a really good placement on a deep kickoff right. Good coverage, good time to allow your coverage team to get down and be able to make a strong play.
They've been running two quarterbacks. Did so in week one. Landon Perry is one of them. Owen McNair is the other. And Perry, the freshman, will get the start here tonight, but we will see McNair, who's a senior. Low snap to Perry. He'll hand it to Olu, who tried to spin out of a tackle, but is met and tackled. So he is brought down. And it'll bring up second after a loss of 2. Let's give you the starting lineups for Riddle and Riddle for Wake Forest. Olu, who just got the ball. Singleton, Goodwin. Perry's the quarterback. And Olson is their tight end. Anderson, Black, Merritt rushing, and Justin Ware up front for the Cougars. Take the handoff out in the flats, and that's a positive play that will set up third and short. So let's take a look at the defense now for the Pride. 0-1, won 10 games a year ago. Logan Kaiser up front with Samuel White and Gavin Lennon. 4 linebackers in this 3-4 alignment. And Goldston on the back end, one of the players to watch defensively. Third down and a short 3. Olu, though, tackled for a loss, trying to get to the outside as Jacob Edwards, the junior linebacker, tracked him down.
Jacob Edwards, 2 big tackles on this series. Leesville Road doing a great job getting penetration on that offensive line, getting in the backfield. Micah Olu has nowhere to go.
It'll be a punting situation here. Dominic Maloney gets it away. High punt. It'll take the members' bounce, though, and roll down. And it'll be down at the 46-yard line.
He didn't really
field position here. That's just an area you know a little bit about, right? The punting.
Yeah, Dominic didn't catch that ball very cleanly to start, and then he kind of rushed through his motion and didn't get a great kick on it. But Leesville Road starting with great field position right here, right on the 45-yard line.
Pride last week lost on that field goal with 6 seconds remaining to Jordan, 22-20, after taking the lead a minute earlier. So they're looking for a bounce back tonight. Wake Forest was blown out by Sanderson. On the ground they stay here. And it'll be a nice carry over along the sideline before the ball carrier is pushed out on that far side, Evan Brown.
Yeah, that's like a rushing play, but quarterbacks love it because it's a forward pass. So they get the completion.
Evan, stat padding?
Yeah, exactly. Evan Brown being able to pick up a couple yards there.
Cougars dropped this game last year to Leesville at their home field. Second and 9 in motion goes List. The throw intercepted, picked off, taken out of the air by Schwalbach, and the sophomore generates a turnover. He stepped in, and the junior QB Cueto never saw him. And now they flip the field to the Cougars. This is something they've done for years and years, and that's make plays defensively.
Yeah, Cueto didn't see him, but Schwalbach read his eyes all the way. Was able to haul that one in, be able to get upfield, be able to give Wake Forest an opportunity here in great field position, kind of be a catalyst to maybe allow them to get some points. But great effort by Drew Schwalbach to be able to read the quarterback's eyes and step up, make that pick.
The sophomore with the big play, and now Wake Forest will go to work. A receiver screen, and unable to escape the grasp of the tackler there was Stefan Singleton. Could not get free.
It's a tough design play right there, Patrick. You're throwing a wide receiver screen from the far hash all the way to the other side of the field. Obviously, it takes some time for that ball to get over there. Gave Leesville enough opportunity to find that defender and get him down.
Jacob Edwards again on a tackle for the Pride. Gain of 1. And a nice run off the left side. Good pickup for Olu, who rushed for 142 yards last week. Had 778 a year ago.
He's got big play potential, there's no doubt.
Some college attention. He'll go here, and he'll get the first, spinning inside, and he'll take tacklers down to the 11. Excellent run to pick up the Air Experts first down. Air Experts Heating and Cooling and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com.
Yeah, you see Micah Alou just continue to move those feet. It's a trait of a good running back. Just keep moving those feet. The defenders will fall.
Cougars are in the Saltwater Seafood red zone. Saltwater Seafood and Fry Shack from boat to bite, done right. Not a whole lot there on first down.
The better effort by Leesville there.
Olu again. Logan Kaiser, who had 8 stops last week, made the tackle. He had 8 tackles for loss and 5 sacks, rather. Did Kaiser last season. Perry in at quarterback, the freshman. And we have a whistle. And is a marker down. Looks like it's going to be procedure against the Cougars.
That's a tough break. It's a tough break. You get down inside the red zone. Got to hold your water. But this is still a good opportunity for Wake Forest here. Let's see what Coach Dillard can dial up.
2nd and 15. Juan Casada is their OC. He's been on the staff for 3 years, was an offensive coordinator in Miami with high school football. And there's a good run on the play there. The handoff coming near side, and that is Sanjaya Carroll coming in to play some offense.
Sanjaya getting outside, using his big body to run over the defender. Move this ball down to about the 6-yard line.
3rd and 5. They don't have to get into the end zone to get a fresh set of downs. Carroll again. Cuts it inside. Here comes a flag, though, and I think they're going to get the tight end, Olsen, for a block below the waist.
I think you're right there.
Boy, there is nothing that kills you early season, well, really at any point in penalties, but especially when you have it down this close to the end zone.
Early in the season, I mean, there's a lot of penalties. You're waiting to find your tempo, a lot of moving parts. You know, penalties seem to be higher in the front end of the season. Right here, as he cuts the edge. Hold was out of that picture right there that we showed the replay on.
Justin Ware, look at him. Right tackle, the senior. So 3rd and 15, and here we go again. Another marker.
So they'll get a couple back here. That'll help them on 3rd down.
Move the ball to the 10-yard line. On the 11 second. 3rd and 10.
Sanjay Carroll still in the backfield. That's a big body, big runner.
He's impressive, isn't he?
Yeah, as a defensive player and doing double duty in the backfield tonight.
Three receivers in the pattern. The tight end offset on 3rd and 10. For the end zone, it is caught for the touchdown. What a grab. Excellent job there by Olu out of the backfield. And that is a Crossroads Ford touchdown. Crossroads Ford, the Ford store that gives you more.
So he dropped the snap, and Landon Perry just threw a dart high where no one could get it but Olu. He went up with one hand and was able to corral it in. What an effort by Olu.
So Maloney is going to kick here. Zach Hughes, one of the backup quarterbacks to hold, brings in the high snap. It is a tie score. 7-all midway through the first quarter. In what is an impressive drive after the turnover. It leads to 6 and the extra point. So 7 for Wake Forest as the Cougs have come back to tie it up on FNR. Stay tuned for the Medical Minute. It's brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. Alongside the former punter for the Lions and the Buccaneers, among others. Niners too, was it?
Niners too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Both coasts had it all covered. Andrew Bays, Patrick Johnson.
I never thought about it that way.
You did.
Atlantic Coast, Pacific Coast, and Detroit.
The Midwest, Motor City. Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us. He got a whistle. And did he come down on a knee?
Fair catch.
Yep, fair catch, actually.
So Patrick, that turnover, that interception by Drew Schwalbach, you know, we saw a kickoff fumble. We saw Leesville make them pay. And Wake Forest did the same thing. They got the turnover and made Leesville pay. So 7-7, it's turning out to be a great game.
Madison was telling us that Jaden Lee Perry was down there warming up, but he's not out there right now, but he has been going through some drills and some movement to stay loose. Don't know if we'll see him or not. It has been one of the great mysteries of whether he would play. We've been told 2 or 3 different things throughout the course of the week. Barnes normally lines up at running back. They've gone with a 2-back set here in lieu of Perry being out. And Akshar Barnes has taken advantage early.
So Jaden Gabnam had a big hit there on the sideline.
Ebden had 90 tackles a season ago, 4 last week. And that's going to be enough for a first down for Leesville. And Air Experts first down. Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up at airexperts.com. Barnes in motion. Up the middle they go, bouncing it off his best. And he's got a healthy gain ahead to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Leesville playing off the RPO, taking it inside, trying to stretch out this defense. They're doing a good job. First down, first play, went to the edge. This one, they're going up the middle. Put strain on the defense to be able to play both, try to contain both. It just, you get stretched out and it makes it difficult to contain these plays.
How about Erickson pulling over and throwing a block there from left tackle? Second and short on the ground. That'll be another first. Good, tough running from Donovan Best, who had no yards officially last week.
Yeah, Donovan Best just churning. Watch the boys, big boys up front, getting that second level block. 64, getting a pancake. Hayden Erickson right there, second level on a linebacker.
Other Air Experts, first down, Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. You can schedule your tune-up today online at airexperts.com. Cueto, flag, caught near midfield. I think it's going to come back. Barnes made the catch. It is going to be against Leesville.
Yeah, Matthew Nolte, the middle linebacker for Wake Forest, shot the gap, forced the play out. Easy holding on the edge. Kind of slows up this Leesville offense a little bit.
Now, and we now have word that there's Perry. And See how well he moves around out there. 6 catches, 110 yards last week and a touchdown, so he's a big part of what they want to do offensively, especially through the air. After the hold, 1st and long. Turning the corner and darting out of bounds is Cueto, and that's a way he can hurt you. Let's go to Madison for more on Perry.
Well, guys, Perry was listed as a game-time decision, and like you said, we didn't know, even at kickoff, exactly what the deal was. We were told he was unavailable, but now, as you see, in full pads, he was on the sidelines warming up late. He was up there running back and forth up the sideline, kind of hovering behind Coach Kolstad, waiting for his opportunity, and now he is out there, but watch that left ankle. He is definitely favoring it a bit, so maybe limited again in play today.
They put your journalistic skills to the test this week, didn't they, Matt? Even tonight. With the Perry mystery. Barnes, nice move. Barnes turning the corner. Barnes for a 1st down for the Pride.
Barnes showcasing that athleticism, just getting outside and showing his speed. What effort first, getting that broken tackle by number 49, Dylan Balkus. And as it gets up the field, he carries that Wake Forest defender an extra 4 or 5 yards before he can get him down. Great effort.
Jalen Edwards on the tackle. Air experts 1st down. Motion Barnes away, slipped the defender, and is able to get something out of what could have been nothing there. Boy, that was tantalizingly close for the Cougars defensively, but they couldn't come up with the play.
Yeah, Wake Forest in the backfield. He was fortunate to get positive yards on that play.
Third and long. Runs off to a fast start for the Pride. And that will be 3rd and long upcoming. Barnes off to a good start. Madison, what do you have on him?
Well, guys, he wasn't originally listed as a starter. Remember, he got this opportunity because Jaden Lee Perry was not starting today. But in this game last season, had 164 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns and 9 tackles defensively. Coach told us he just loves these TV games, guys.
Seems to play big when the cameras are here, doesn't he? 3rd and 10.
Sanjay Carroll with a really big tackle right there coming down from his edge position.
See him number 3. Pressure. Cueto. And Cueto will be rode down. 46 is where they'll tackle him.
Cueto showing patience there, looking downfield, and then just turning it up, trying to make a play. Looks like they're going to punt the ball here. Play for field position.
4th and 5. Please allow punt formation.
It's also good territory for a fake punt.
Yeah, it really is. See what they decide to do here. 5 to make a first. They have to get to the 41. And they decide to kick it. They'll come down
to the
28-yard line, so that's only going to be an 18-yarder. I'm not so sure they weren't setting up something there.
Yeah, that was about a 12-yard net punt.
But I think kick was the second option.
Yeah, that stretch, that stretch punt style, you're sprinting and you're looking for numbers to see if anyone can break free, and he chose last second to go ahead and punt it down the field.
You told me a great story today on radio about you completed a pass as a punter once and got yelled at.
I got yelled at, I did. I didn't put it on him fast enough.
Guy would have had a touchdown.
That's right.
Bouncing out is Olu. Olu with some tough yardage before he's submarine brought down by Jazeer Thompson, the junior.
I'm impressed with the patience of Micah Olu. Even though that you might think that's a mundane 4 or 5 yards, but he really shows patience here. He doesn't push getting up the field. He waits for his opportunity. and then he initiates contact on the Leesville Road defender. It's an impressive young man.
Owen McNair now in at quarterback, the senior. Completed just 21% of his passes last year. And last week, 10 out of 21 for 21 yards. He did rush for 5 yards. We were told that we were going to see a rotation here between Perry and McNair. So McNair controlling things now. Hobbs and White for Leesville on that last tackle. Sam White is a good one, 6'4", 200-pound senior, who had a sensational 17 tackles for loss and 9 sacks a year ago. Time is going to expire, though, here in the first. Oh, a couple of turnovers have factored into this one. They've led to scores for both sides. 7-all is our count through one. It's Riddle and Riddle, Friday Night Rivals, presented by the University of North Carolina.
We're tied at 7 apiece here, heading into quarter number 2 of the night. Well, guys, 2 former Cougars met in an NFL preseason game last week. John Giles with the Patriots and Dexter Lawrence III with the Giants stood on opposite sidelines, but were sure to snap a photo to send to Coach Lucas postgame. And both of those players still very involved with this program. Dexter Lawrence holds a 77 tournament on their campus each summer, and John Giles, well, he uses Wake Forest facilities to train in the offseason. What great role models to have around for these young Cougars, guys.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that they've accomplished at Wake Forest. You see Glendon Dillard there with the glasses. There he is. He is the acting head coach tonight, Reggie Lucas. An hour before the game, leaving, saying that it was an emergency and he had to tend to that. And we certainly wish the very best for Coach Lucas. Great ambassador for high school football in the state, and that's going to hit the turf after the first down. Singleton could not pry it off the grass, so McNair will be facing a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Patrick, I understand the screen, wide receiver screens extension of the run, but it's very difficult for a quarterback to get it out from under center and out to a far wide receiver. Tough throw.
On the ground they go, and that is going to be Micah Olu. Olu, 30. Olu down the sideline. Olu, give him 6. But there is a flag.
There is a flag back in the field.
Well, there was a reason he came free, and when he did, the Cougars fans, they've seen it before. He'll make you pay.
Yeah,
big home run hitter.
There's a hole right on the edge. It doesn't take much to spring Olu. But there wasn't a Leesville defender around, and he showed he's got the separation speed to run away from defenders if given the opportunity. But I think they got the receiver, number 17, on that hold, Stephen Singleton.
The sophomore, guilty party. Boy, Olu, 5'10", 190. Maybe it was right here, too.
Hard to see. Singleton got in there. There might have been a couple they could have called him on. Not a lot of holding, but just enough.
Yeah, it seemed kind of innocuous, didn't it?
Either way, it's a big penalty.
Well, it takes a touchdown off the board. Wake will operate from their own 42. 2nd down, 8. Low snap for McNair to contend with, and Carroll got smothered. Here comes the cavalry, and it'll bring up 3rd and long. Getting back there is Logan Kaiser. Boy, 6'3", 205, a senior, 8 tackles last week, and that is his specialty, contact behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, as you watch Logan Kaiser, he just easily beats the guard. Number 4, the right tackle actually, Justin Ware, as he worked inside, he just beat him man on man. Got inside and made the tackle. Big effort.
Today with some of the D.H. Conley folks who played him in the playoffs last year and were eliminated, they said the thing that impressed them about Leesville last year, and it's really part of their program, just how physical of a team they are.
Yeah, no doubt.
Leesville takes a timeout. We'll step aside. Early on, a big 3rd down for the Cougars, and Ben Kolstad wants to talk to his defense. Coming up, The Affordable Dentures and Implants halftime report. We'll have this week's Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athletes, interviews, highlights, and a lot more. Affordable Dentures and Implants. Save 15% on your dental treatment plan. Visit affordabledentures.com. Third down for Wake Forest. Had just over 50 yards of total offense in the first quarter. And McNair's going to go down to a sack. Getting there is Sam White. He had one last week, 9 of them last year for the Pride, and he backs them up here. They're going to have to punt, are the Cougars.
Yeah, McNair maybe could have gotten rid of that ball really quick, but Sam White did a number on the left tackle, just beat him and got inside of Mikey Anderson and then finished it for a sack. Great series.
Good leg there. Going to bounce, and they stay away from it. Helmet comes off of a Cougar player. We've got a flag come flying in as it's down at the 29-yard line, and with the bounce, that'll go 38 yards. So a good effort from Maloney. Be a hold on the Cougars.
Holding whistle on Leesville.
They're trying to figure out where the hold was and where they're going to mark.
Actually, it's on Leesville. But a helmet did come off. Tolstad not happy with the penalties. He was really unhappy with their inability to run the ball. Yeah, that's clearly it.
10-yard penalties assessed from the end of the run.
Got to let him go. Once he breaks your plane, got to let him go.
In the first half, 7-7 on the scoreboard.
He engaged him, though. Good blocking up to the point where he held him.
Other than that.
Yeah, other than that. Patrick, we had some updated stats for the first quarter. Wake Forest had 54 total yards offense. Leesville Road had 83 total yards offense.
And both teams had a turnover. Fumble lost on the kick return and then a pick by Leesville. Cougars lost the fumble on the game's first play, the kickoff. Along the sideline, good reception. That's Goldston. Finally gets in on some action. 7 catches last week for 69 yards. Heading to Wake Forest.
Well, watching his film last week, he was dominant, and they went away from him in the second half. You know, obviously, Jaden Perry had a big effort last week, but they'll definitely want to get Devin Goldston going tonight.
2nd and inches.
Reset the play clock.
Continues to trickle down. I guess they're going to let it get. Ah, there we go. 9:37 on the game. 20 on the play timer. Swing pass. Barnes again. Look at him go. Barnes, first down and more. As he'll slice his way ahead to the 43-yard line. Boy, he is really elusive, and he's got some afterburn on him.
Yeah, it's really good blocking there, too, but Leesville is finding ways to get him in space, and clearly he's dangerous. If he has some green grass in front of him, he can make a defender miss and even pop it for a home run.
Arthritis Knee and Pain Center's first down. Arthritis knee pain relief without surgery or opioids. Jim Bob Bryant is their offensive coordinator. Couple state championships at Havelock. Good ball. Wide open is Goldston. He's off to the races. Goldston driving it home for a touchdown for Crossroads Ford. Crossroads Ford, the Ford store that gives you more.
On cue. We had just mentioned we were having a feeling Leesville was going to get Devin Goldston going. And sure enough, they took advantage of a weak secondary, no safety help for the corner. And that was a home run hitter. Nico Hunter, unfortunately, was all alone on an island on that one. That was an easy pitch and catch for Devin Goldston and Damasio Cueto.
63 yards for Goldston on the reception and run. Hindell 2 for 2 in the PAT department last week. Hit one earlier tonight. That one parks the uprights.
That was good recognition. Great recognition by Leesville to see no safety help. They was isolated. Great effort.
And that puts them up by a score, 14-7. Coming up during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Paid for by NHTSA. Patrick Johnson, All-American punter Andrew Bays, and Madison Little. In a celebratory mood is Madison tonight. Ben Kolstad's in a celebratory mood right now. He's happy, trust me, doesn't look like it, but pleased his team is up. But Madison's really excited because her UCF Knights got off the second version, the 2.0 of the Scott Frost era with the winglets.
Congrats.
We played Frost out. They went all white.
We used to play at East Carolina. We used to play Central Florida. That tradition kind of went away, but that was almost a yearly game that East Carolina would play Central
Florida. They were in the same conference for a number of years.
Yep.
So you were there last night, just down the road at Carter Finley Stadium. Pretty good environment there.
Oh, the best. I wish both schools. I wish they could start the season that way every year. Just an incredible environment at Carter Finley.
Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing always here when you need us. It's going to be down at the one. Boy, what a great job that Hindell has done with these kicks tonight. And here comes the very dangerous junior return man, Olu, the running back. And Olu takes it all the way from the one. And they're going to say he made it out to the 43. So that's a 42-yard, actually a 41-yard return.
That's a huge return. I mean, Bendel's doing a great job with his deep kicks into the perimeter, which should allow the coverage team to be able to corral fairly easily and get the runner down. But Olu's a heck of a runner, and he was able to break that. Great field position for Wake Forest.
Perry in this series at the quarterback. So another bit of laundry on the field, and again, false start.
Early season penalties on both squads. Kind of go back to my high school playing days, and it was much the same early in the season, you know. A lot of jitters, a lot of anxiousness, and just, you know, questions on assignments for these guys.
We did visit with Coach Lucas before he had to depart, and he told us they had really good practices this week. They were really intense. He was very pleased with how they had practiced. Perry in no man's land, dropped. And he will get brought down. Marcus Orman, the reserve defensive end.
That was great pursuit by Orman. Came from the outside position to chase him down. There was nowhere for him to go. Orman did a great job getting him down for the sack.
Yeah, it came all the way on the other side. Really impressive.
Good effort.
It's a loss of 9. Olu trying to make something happen. And a little bit of shoving and talking as he goes out of bounds. Thompson was there defensively for the Pride.
Jacob Edwards is within the backfield. Olu stiff-armed him, was able to get outside. Some good effort. Still 3rd and long.
Yeah, only a gain of 3. Do you plan 4 downs here, or do you plan to punt it after this?
You know, you've got to get positive yardage regardless. And then depending on where you sit, if you're close to the 50-yard line, I think you go for it.
Pressure, and the freshman is going to be sacked again. This time, Gavin Lennon. Boy, how about this front for the Pride tonight? Lennon getting to him for the sack.
Yeah, they amped up the pressure. Gannon Lennon just wins. Comes downhill, is able to get him down. Left tackle, number 51, Mikey Anderson, That's the second sack he's given up in the last 2 drives.
Punt away by Maloney. And the return man gets away from it. It's going to trickle down to the 31-yard line. That's going to be a 36-yard punt. Not the greatest of efforts, but the bounce pins Leesville back. And so they will start from their own 31-yard line. Stay tuned for the Medical Minute. It's brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. Pretty warm day here in the Triangle, up to about 90 degrees, and once that sun went down, it has cooled off very nicely.
That's a beautiful night. High school football.
Another stellar run by Barnes. Boy, what an evening he's having.
Absolutely. I was waiting for a Wake Forest defender on the edge to poke a nose in there and try to get him down. He just stretched and stretched and stretched and then made his one cut. A lot of white shirts around, but no one hitting the gap to make an effort to get him down. Big gain.
Arthritis Knee and Pain Center's first down. Arthritis knee pain without surgery or opioids. Relief coming your way from Arthritis Knee and Pain Centers. 1st and 10. Another receiver screen. Boy, that's a long throw to make for Cueto. And it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Travis Ragland, up from the JVs, could not hang on.
Yeah, as I've said, that's probably my least favorite play. The wide receiver screen to the far side of the field, outside the numbers from the far hash.
And it seems like you see more teams at this high school level this year kind of doing it. It used to be the bubble screen in vogue, and that was just a much safer play.
It's much easier if you're going hash to hash, but when your wide receiver is split out wide, it's just such a hard throw to get it out from under center quickly and be able to throw it out there. If you're taking a step or two, not so hard, but the way they want to play that fast, quick throw game, you're not taking a step. You're just grabbing the ball, you're not getting laces, and you're throwing it out there.
I've seen both sides not hit on it tonight. 8 to go here on 3rd down.
Timeout on the play.
Ben Kolstad.
I think we got a shoe equipment timeout.
Yeah, Coach Kolstad, his granddad was a great legendary coach in high school in Green Bay. His dad, a coach, and he was a state championship coach in the Midwest. It's kind of been someone he's learned a lot from, kind of running a similar defense to what they run. And that's some nice movement by Goldston.
So that screen, Patrick, he was able to curl out. Damasio Cueto was able to curl out and be able to complete that pass while moving towards the receiver. It made that screen a whole lot easier, especially since Devin Goldston was moving in towards Cueto. Still forces the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a lot of yards on it, but it did look like a much more competent play.
Number 8, Michael Olu back to receive.
Olu back to field it for the Cougars. Bindle gets a good one away. Fair catch called for, made at the 19. 33 on the punt, but got it in the air, and great coverage downfield by the Pride.
That's a tough catch. You know, sometimes returners will let that bounce because it's knuckling and diving as the return man's coming towards the ball. Those are ones that ultimately can result in a fumble, and you can see that was very close to him dropping that. So sometimes you want to lay off of those just to prevent a turnover.
The great Harold Robinson, we understand, is a little under the weather, dealing with some issues. We wish him the best. He, of course, Bob Bryant from his tree, the offensive coordinator for Leesville Road, but he always said, this level, do not let the ball hit the turf. It will cost you yards on a punt. And we've seen it tonight for Leesville. They've done that a couple of times, and it's actually allowed the Cougars to gain some more yards on the punt. So some wisdom from a Hall of Fame coach, and that's another first down for Arthritis Knee and Pain Centers. Arthritis knee pain relief without surgery or opioids.
That was a good pitch and catch. Spencer Olson, tight end, junior, being able to pick up that first down.
Get him involved here. Freshman keeps it, and he will head out of bounds. Pushed out at the 31.
Yeah, Lennon Perry was looking downfield. Nobody was open. Tried to buy some time, get down the field, threw up some yards.
2nd down 9. Olu breaks some tackles, stays on his feet. Eludes one man with a stiff arm, stepping through another tackle. Fights, and he may have got a yard.
Wow.
But he turned certainly that into something positive.
They were giving stickers out. He'd get an effort sticker on that one. Leesville had him dead to rights in the backfield. 4 missed tackles, 5 missed tackles, 6 missed tackles. And they barely got him down on the sideline. So extra effort, 100% from Micah Olu. That was a lot of work for very little yardage, but it could have been a big loss.
Third and long again. It's been a bit of a struggle offensively for the Cougars, and that's going to drop them back. Another 3rd down sack for the Pride, and that comes from Gavin Lennon again.
Yeah, Perry was looking downfield, but his receivers were all covered. A lot of them had run go routes. No one was working back to the field to help them out. A lot of times you just want to bail on your route and come back, work back to your quarterback. He did not have that option. Had to eat a sack.
We're going to have a called timeout. And both sides now have 2. Well, stay with us for the Affordable Dentures and Implants halftime report. We'll have this week's Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athletes, easy for me to say, interviews, highlights, and more. Affordable Dentures and Implants save 15% on your dental treatment plan. Visit affordabledentures.com. It's going to be a punting opportunity. Still a ton of time here in half number 1. So,
yeah, Leesville preserving the clock, give themselves enough time to possibly get another touchdown, punch it in. Look at a 2-score game.
Good ball away.
There we go.
And let it go again, and that's going to cost them about 15 extra yards. Down to the 20. That's a 50-yarder. And while it was a pretty good ball that he hit, 15 of that leads to the 50.
Yeah, you have, like I said, I mean, it's a dicey proposition, especially on this style punter. If you don't have a guy that's comfortable enough to catch those balls, they're coached not to catch them, because you definitely don't want to turn the ball over, and you'll take the loss on the roll. So you have the opportunity to keep the football.
51 officially on the punt as it's back to the 19. This is the poorest starting field position for the Pride tonight.
Wake Forest needed that punt. They needed to be able to flip the field. Punter did a great job. Extension of that defense.
Go trips to the left. And we're ready to roll. Up the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Best on the carry. Or was that Barnes?
That was Barnes. Barnes work, again, they're going to work the middle of the field. They're going to try to stretch him out, be able to get this opportunity to, at some point on this drive, hit a chunk play, get some chunk yardage. They're eating the clock. 3 minutes left.
On the move, nice ball, Goldston. And it's a first down. And in comes the marker.
Late flag.
So that'll take some yardage, but boy, how about Cueto? They are really big on him. 5'9", 140, the junior. He was 16 of 24 last week. Had a couple of touchdown throws. On the move, though, he's pretty solid.
Yeah, he's been solid tonight, but he's definitely comfortable rolling out of the pocket and being able to set his feet before he throws. And Devin Goldston did a great job on that route working back to Cueto to make it an easy pitch and catch.
So the face mask will add the 50 to it. Let's see.
Goldston did a good job corralling that pass. It was not a spiral, and that hand, that big paw got up into the shoulder. I don't know whether we don't see there at the end. He definitely didn't get it on the initial tackle, but maybe while they were on the ground, his hand got up into the face mask.
The flag did come in pretty late. Cueto again. Look at this ball downfield. It'll be incomplete. Here comes a flag on the attempted throws. They tried to work it to Bendel.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It was underthrown. Cueto definitely had the under route, which would have been picked up for a first down. He chose to be able to take the second level shot. It was slightly underthrown, but they're going to get him for a PI unless they pick it up.
Jalen Edwards, the sophomore, the guilty party if it stands. You know, to me that looked 50-50, but
it was underthrown. It definitely wasn't catchable, but
it's going to be on the Cougars.
So he's rolling out. He has a couple under options there. He throws it short. And the defender just got into Bendel.
No, I think that's a play on.
It's a tough one, but
it leads to a first down. Arthritis Knee and Pain Center's first down. Arthritis knee pain relief without surgery or opioid.
Evan List with the reception, getting the tight end involved. They're using Cueto to stretch out in formations in this 2-minute offense. They're almost moving into the 2-minute offense.
This is impressive. 6'5", 224.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll have some interest at the next level.
I gotta imagine he would. He's physically hits all the measurables. 2nd and 5. Barnes on a draw. Barnes with some second effort, shy of the first.
Dylan Balkus had an opportunity in the backfield to get him down. Would have been behind the line of scrimmage. Barnes just kept on grinding, moving those feet, getting positive yardage, keeping the clock moving.
Balkus had a really fine sophomore year where he had over 50 tackles for the Cougars. Cougars 5-7 a year ago. It's the first time in 21 seasons they had a losing record. Didn't happen a whole lot. Now here comes a flag. And you see the frustration there from the acting head coach, Lyndon Dillard. And that's going to lead to a Leesville first.
That was a little gamesmanship by Leesville. They opened up in a wishbone formation and then went into an even tighter formation. Caused the defense to be confused and jump off sides.
Going for the end zone, and it's knocked away. Nice job defensively by Hunter.
Hunter did a great job in coverage. One-on-one. Damasio Cueto put it up there. He had an opportunity for an interception. Go with 2 hands, young man.
Nico Hunter's an impressive athlete, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Long, rangy.
He's got good size.
Good game last week. Cueto near the sideline tries to dump it down and does. And along the sideline, it'll bring up a third down and short as he dumped it off to Best.
A quarterback like Cueto, you know, it's a strain on the offensive line to make sure that they don't get downfield while he's buying time. And with his legs, he's able to buy time and allow his receivers to work back. They're doing a good job. That was a stretch play. He almost made it all the way to the sideline before he released the ball.
Kolstad says that he and the offensive staff really impressed with Cueto. Barnes, with close to a minute to go in the half to the 15-yard line. It'll move the chains. Another Arthritis Knee and Pain Center's first down. Arthritis knee pain relief without surgery or opioids.
So under a minute now as it ticks down.
Inside of the red zone, the Saltwater Seafood red zone. Saltwater Seafood and Fry Shack from boat to bite. Done right. Swing to Barnes. And he stopped. Clock stops with 40.1.
So Leesville, even though there's 40 seconds on the clock, they burned the first of 2 timeouts here. Plenty of time, plenty of options. As they inch closer, I guess they set it at the 14-yard line. But still pick up a first down, reset the clock for the chains to move. Or you can go ahead and find number 1, Devin Golston.
I was going to say, pretty good option to go to here.
It was about the same part of the field last week. Right hash, they threw a fade route to him in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. If they can get the coverage they want, they might take a shot.
Well, we've got more action coming your way next week as we'll head to Green Hope. Athens Drive Jaguars taking on the Green Hope Falcons. It'll be next Friday. Friday night rivals as we enter into September, week 3 of the season. Boy, what a scene last Saturday at the Wake Soccer Park, Wake Med Soccer Park. Really was a fun scene there between Terry and Apex. The old Wake rivalry. Goldston split way out. Going to throw to the end zone. 2 defenders were there, trying to work it to Ragland. But Wake Forest was on the scene, and then they're going to say Scholback, who had the interception, was the one to bat it down.
Yeah, Evan List was in the area as well.
35.7 seconds remaining in the half.
Yeah, it was List they were actually going for there.
He was a little late on that throw. You want to get it there a little sooner. Bruce Schwalbach with a heck of a play. He's having a good night. Productive. He's buzzing. Had a big breakup right there.
What you got to ask here is, if you don't move the chains or get a touchdown, do you kick it?
Good question.
It's caught along the sideline, but was he inbounds when he grabbed it? Apparently not. The clock is rolling. Now it stops.
It was 23 defender that have his name, but he's the one that tipped it at the line of scrimmage as Cueto was releasing. A good effort.
I don't have it on the roster here, unfortunately, but great effort. Maybe Madison at halftime can look that up and get a confirmation of who 23 is for Wake Forest.
Correction, 28 seconds remaining in the half.
So now 28 as they add some time, and they are going to kick.
Jake Bendel is on to attempt a 30-yard field goal.
Going to be 30 yards at an angle.
Out of the hold of Evan List.
List to hold. Bendel hit 2 out of 2 last week. 22-yarder and a 27-yard kick. It is no good.
That's right.
So for the Cougars, a big stand defensively near the end of the half, and it's a 1-score game.
Yeah, that's
With 23.3
for Leesville. That's a tough one to swallow. You move the ball, you're moving it at will in the middle of the field. You're able to work your way down there, and your red zone offense just failed you. And to come out of there without 3 points going into the half, that can give Wake Forest a little bit of a boost. I'm sure they'll take a knee here, get into halftime and regroup.
Yeah, down 7 after the way the game started with a fumble on the kickoff. McNair back out there, low snap. They're going to run a play just to see if they can bust something. Olu's capable of that.
Clock's running. Brought
down, and I don't think we're going to get a snap off.
Run out of bounds by number 1, David Goldston.
Goldston playing 2 ways. And yep. Coach Dillard says, good enough, guys. Let's regroup. Down 7. Still have a lot of football left to be played.
Check Hughes inbounds, and that's the end of the half for their score. Leesville
14-7 is our count here at the break. And we'll get into our affordable dentures and implants halftime report coming up in just a second. But right now, Madison Little is standing by with Ben Kolstad, the coach of the Pride.
Well, Coach, running the ball was a priority coming into this. How have your running backs been able to exploit this Wake Forest defense?
Yeah, we're getting some holes. O-line's doing a good job. We're trying to run some clock. They're stingy on defense. We're making too many mistakes.
Physically on defense, how do you guys handle Olu in the second half?
Yeah, he's a hard runner, but I think we're doing a really good job. They're doing some different things to get position on our guys, but we're fighting strong. We're making the adjustments we need to, and we just got to keep tackling.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Patrick.
Ben Kolstad, thank you, Madison. Great job, as always. And he will gather with his team. They'll talk things over. Goldston gets them on the board. We'll see how much more they go to him in the second half against a Cougars defense that has proven to be rugged here tonight. One-score game, Riddle and Riddle, FNR, presented by the University of North Carolina. We'll be back.
You're watching the Affordable Dentures and Implants Halftime Report. Save 15% on most dental treatment plans, $1,000 and more, at Affordable Dentures and Implants. Visit affordabledentures.com.
And now it's time for the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athletes of the Week. Presenting the awards for Tatum and Atkinson is Susan Atkinson.
Tatum and Atkinson is proud to present the Friday Night Rivals Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week from Wake Forest High School. The Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week is Owen McNair. Owen is football team captain, a football letter winner, an honor roll student, academic all-conference, and carries a 4.25 GPA. From Leesville High School, the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week is Alex Tiller. Alex is a member of varsity football and soccer, is a soccer team captain, is club soccer team captain, and carries a 4.5 GPA. Alex is a member of National Honor Society, is a member of Key Club, and has served over 100 hours of community service.
Congratulations to our Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week.
This All-Star is now entered for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season. Tatum and Atkinson. Injured in a wreck? Call the heavy hitters.
Congratulations to our Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athletes of the Week. We'll be back with more of the Affordable Denture and Implant Halftime Report right after this.
You're watching the Affordable Dentures and Implants Halftime Report. Save 15% on most dental treatment plans, $1,000 and more, at Affordable Dentures and Implants. Visit affordabledentures.com.
Well, I'm joined by the principal for Leesville Road High School and the 2024-2025 Principal of the Year, Shawana Jacobs. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming and being here as well.
What a great turnout for Friday Night Lights tonight. How important are events like this for your student body?
Super important. I mean, it's an opportunity because we're in the middle of a community. So all of the community come back, alumni come back, and they all come to support our student athletes in our schools. It's fantastic.
And to have it broadcast on Friday Night Rival brings a lot of attention to your school. How important is that for these student athletes?
It's very important because we want these kids to know that all of this hard work is paying off and that they can be recognized even outside of the field just locally. So it's so good to have them to be able to be showcased and recognized.
And I know that you've been getting a lot of cheers from your students. 2024-2025 Principal of the Year. How important is your job to you and to this community?
I absolutely love my job and consider it an honor to be able to do it. The students here at Leesville are absolutely amazing. This is a wonderful community. We're an amazing school. Shout out to Coach Colstead and on my football team. And it doesn't get better than Friday Night Lights. This is amazing.
Well, you are amazing, and congratulations on everything. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for being here as well. Thank you.
We will be back with more of your halftime report right after this.
You're watching the Affordable Dentures and Implants Halftime Report. Save 15% on most dental treatment plans, $1,000 and more, at Affordable Dentures and Implants. Visit AffordableDentures.com.
See the count, 14-7, and our Affordable Dentures and Implants halftime report rolls on. Patrick Johnson alongside Andrew Bays and Madison Little on our sidelines. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. This one-score game, and it all started with the opening kick and the ball coughed up by the Cougars.
What an opportunity for Leesville right there to recover it and have an opportunity to punch it in, and that's what they did. Barnes right up the middle. Just extra effort to get in the end zone and pick up the 6 to have an early lead and make Wake Forest pay for the turnover.
Cougars got it back, and then what a catch by Olu out of the backfield.
Yeah, he went extra effort. One hand got the ball up, kept the play alive, and was able to crowd in for 6, showing his extra effort as well.
And then this great throw, Goldston wide open.
We knew Goldston wasn't going to be able to get contained much, and they saw isolation coverage with no safety help, and that was an easy pitch and catch for Goldston to separate and convert it to 6 points.
So those are our highlights. Here are the numbers at the half. The passing very much in favor of Leesville Road. In fact, total offense and the penalties against Wake Forest, 7 of them in the first half.
Yeah, a lot of penalties, a lot of flags on both sides, 11 total, which is a lot for one half. But obviously Leesville Road being able to do a little bit of everything with Damasio Cueto, showing that he can get outside and get in fine passing lanes and be able to hit guys like Devin Goldston in the rushing attack with Ashkar Barnes. 93 yards. Good effort by Leesville.
Acting coach Glendon Dillard with Madison Little.
Coach, a little bit of unusual circumstances for your team tonight. What has it been like patrolling the sidelines?
I mean, we just, the way we do things, the way Coach Lucas has everything in place, it's just, it goes on, the show goes on, and we make sure the training's rolling on. So that's about it.
And what did you tell your group? I know you took them back there. We saw them running a little bit. What did you tell them?
Told them, it's 14-7. This is a good football team that we're playing, but we're right in it. We've got to do some little things right that we didn't do in the first half. We gave up a big play. Cannot do that. And also, our offensive line's got to step up. They're probably one of the strengths of our offense, and that's what we have to do.
All right, Coach, thank you so much. We will be back with more Friday Night Rivals action right after this.
Alongside Andrew Bays, former ECU All-American punter, Madison Little on the sidelines. I'm Patrick Johnson. Our entire FNR crew, Riddle and Riddle. Friday Night Rivals presented by University of North Carolina. So the Pride will come out. They'll receive the ball here in the second half after they won the toss in the first. You and I were talking after the interview with Madison there, and what a job that Lyndon Dillard has done. All things considered, very unusual circumstances with an emergency that prompted Reggie Lucas to have to leave an hour before the game, and he has stepped in an unenviable situation and done a phenomenal job, to be quite frank.
Yeah, and for the team itself, I mean, Reggie Lucas is obviously a pillar at that high school, and it's this team is handling adversity. That's a tough thing for these young men to have on their shoulders before this game, and obviously Glendon Dillard doing a great job holding things together and keeping this a one-touchdown game.
Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always there when you need us. And that's a good return. Breaking free for the Pride, the return man. And he's able to take it into Cougar territory. Travis Ragland, what an effort.
Yeah, Ragland, great blocking up front. He gets jumbled up, and then he just hits it to the outside and then shows his speed, loses his footing. Might have been able to pick up another 5 or 10 yards, but what a way to start the second half.
Turf Monster got it, right?
Turf Monster, that's right. Speed sometimes kills, man.
It does. 10 seconds in. And here comes Cueto. Puts it in the breadbasket. Barnes looking for room, and a nice job by the Cougars to be there defensively and slow him down. That is Carroll who got there defensively, and a little bit of help from Balkus.
As we know from the first half, Barnes has got the speed. He's trying to get to the perimeter, and Carroll sheds the block and is able to corral him down. It's a big effort right there.
Kind of ran into Hunter there as well. Balkus trailing the play, but it was all Carroll.
Yeah, it's difficult to get off that block sometimes. He was able to do it, shed the block, get downhill.
Lost one, Cueto. Good ball at the sticks. Catch, first down, and it's List bouncing off. List headed to the house.
Evan List, what a play. Showing that big body frame. He gets open, runs a dig route. Cueto sticks it on him, and he's able to show his athleticism, getting up the field, breaking tackles, scoring 6.
Crossroads Ford touchdown. Crossroads Ford, the Ford store that gives you more. How about this effort? He gave more, and he's rewarded with a score.
It's a nice highlight reel for colleges to see that big body frame. Good effort.
And we're going to have Wake Forest jump off here, and decision time for Leesville. Do they just kick, or will they go for 2 on the after the encroachment? Last week, Carey decided near the end of the half to go for 2 after Apex jumped offside on the extra point. And they kind of had to chase points for a little bit. Ended up winning that one 25-10. Going to be declined, and I don't mind that call if you're Leesville.
No, not at all. Just stay in rhythm.
So the kick coming from Indell, who's been perfect this year on the PATs. And that one falls through the upright. Well, Evan List gets him on the board. Madison Little has more on the tight end for the Pride.
Well, Andrew, you called him a big body player, which is funny because when he was a freshman, Coach Kolstad told us he would have likely been cut if they had bigger numbers. He says he was no more than 5'6" and weighed only 115 pounds, but because they needed to fill roster spots, he got his chance. He worked his tail off in the offseason, both on the field and in the weight room, and now a senior, 6'5", 225 pounds, with an offer to play at Gardner-Webb.
That's great.
Had he cut his hair back then, he would have lost probably 25 pounds.
You know, you hear these stories of a lot of pro athletes that, you know, I know we talk about David Robinson goes to Navy. You know, he's a 6'9" forward. When he goes to Navy, and by the time he gets to his junior year at the Naval Academy, he's 7-foot center. All of a sudden becomes a lottery draft pick, and the rest is history. So, you know, it's interesting how athletes can develop late and what they can do, you know, with that transition with the body. Obviously, Evan List, you know, taking full advantage of that. A lot of growth, body growth in a short amount of time.
So List, some FCS attention. They get a little more, you never know. Impressive athlete for sure. Well, it's time for our Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us. So the Cougars down 2 scores. And that'll be a return from Olu. Getting a lot of work tonight, not only offensively, but in the return game, and that does take its toll.
Yeah, 100%. Wake Forest is going to have to answer here. Leesville clicking on that last drive. Obviously, this emotional time, losing their leader, their head coach, Reggie Lucas, ahead of this game, having to tend to family matter, but Wake Forest got to respond here.
73 is what they say it is right now where we are. Seems cooler than that. How about this? Wow. What a run by Olu as he rumbles for first down yardage. And he is certainly not giving up. Still a lot of fight left in Olu.
Yeah, this is all Micah Alu against the whole Leesville defense. Again, missed tackle after missed tackle. He shed about 4 tackles before he was able to get up the field for about a 20-plus yard run.
Air Experts first down. Air Experts heating, cooling, and plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com. Another fine push on first down. So out of the locker room, halftime, and Wake Forest has come out showing some fight offensively, and they said they wanted to ride this offensive line in the second half, and that's what they're doing. Stephen Tabon, backup running back, gets the assignment.
You say backup running back, he rushed for 103 yards last week.
Yeah.
Picks up another bunch here. They've got a pretty healthy running back room at Wake Forest. A lot of this offense runs through them.
Oh, here comes a flag, and I think it's against the sideline. So they thought over on the Wake Forest side that this should have warranted a flag. And their coaches exploded. And it's going to be unsportsmanlike against the Cougars, and their fans do not like it.
It's interesting. Yeah. A lot of chippiness on that sideline. Somebody probably said something that they regret. Possibly led to that call.
Is it Mike Stricker who's the kicking coach?
That's who we were chatting with before this game.
You guys were commiserating.
Yeah, we had some
and punter life.
Yeah, similar paths, similar times. We were talking about our professional days, but
they offered him a job at Wake Forest. He wanted to be a PET. He said PE or math. He said, I'll take PE, but they decided to promote within the staff for PE, so he's teaching math.
3rd and 18 for the Cougars.
He must have said something.
Probably was not an algebra equation of any kind. Maybe, who knows? Well, anyway, it nullifies a great effort. 3rd and 18. Cougars have had a tough go here tonight. Good run by Tabon, and Tabon gets a first down to midfield. What a rumble by Stephen Tabon.
These two running backs, it's just effort. He gets the ball, gets to the next level, missed tackle, and then it's just extra effort to get past the sticks to keep his team on the field. That's all Tabon, all effort. Great job.
The first down pickup. Air Experts first down. Air Experts heating, cooling, and plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today. Go online to airexperts.com. Tabon again trying to pick his way ahead, and he stopped after a yard or two.
Tabon showing that vision. And we got more laundry on the field.
No, it's going to be a hold, so that'll back him up. Stephen Tabon Madison with a tremendous effort there a moment ago.
Well, Reggie Lucas called him the bright spot from game one. He's a sophomore that stepped up at that running back position when Micah Olu just needed a break, and he ended up having 103 rushing yards last Friday night. They said that he had a great freshman season, but he was on JV in the offseason, battled some injury, but now he's back and he's healthy, and he's going to play backup all season long now.
Pretty good 1-2 punch, Olu and Tabon.
Yeah, pretty good backup.
Yeah. McNair, and it's going to be incomplete.
Wow, he took a hit.
He got drilled.
Good pressure by Leesville, number 16. He closed down and was able to make contact right when he released the ball. Good effort. '16, Nolan Hobbs. Senior linebacker.
He's 5'9", 169 pounds.
He's showing explosiveness, being able to close down and make that hit.
Low snap picked up, complete, and that's Singleton. Catch, gets some yardage back. Gonna bring up third though, and very long again. Tell you, this Leesville defense, they're not gonna, when they get off the bus, you're not gonna be wowed by them necessarily, but they are physical, they're quick, they keep the plays in front of them.
Yeah, they're
very solid.
Yeah, they're playing hard. They're well coached. They're disciplined, even though we've seen quite a bit of laundry on the field. But they're making plays.
Juan Casado, let's see what he dials up on 3rd down and 14. Quick delivery. Olu looking for room, creates it. Olu near the marker, and he might have a first. Wow.
Yeah, you see the talent. It just screams on your TV screen. He runs a slant, comes in, comes back to the ball, and then it's just.
He ran away from Goldston.
He's running away from everybody.
Yeah.
And then just the physicality of being able to pick up that first down.
Going to be shy 2 yards, though. It's going to be 4th down here. Big play of the game. And a flag comes in. The Leesville players on defense were gesturing, and the official prompted in. It's going to be another penalty, and Coach Dillard beside himself at the moment.
Yeah, that's self-inflicted. I mean, you're in position to be able to convert that. Got a lot of plays at your disposal at 4th and 2. Now you're looking at 4th and 7. That play sheet gets a little bit thinner in this scenario.
Looks like McNair's going to come out there at quarterback now. Might be a quick kick. No, McNair loads, throws, and it is intercepted along the sideline by the Pride. The pick, and it's Goldston defensively.
Yeah, Owen McNair, he just stared this down. He tried his best to make a play, and he just throws it up for grabs, overthrows his wide receiver. Goldston steps in, just an easy one for him. The heck of a receiver, he steps up, converts it, gets the ball back for his offense. The 2-touchdown lead, they're looking for more.
A lot of excitement, a lot of things to smile about after the turnover. It's our Affordable Dentures Smile Cam. Save 15% on most dental treatment plans, $1,000 and more at Affordable Dentures and Implants.
So back to the ground and pound mentality.
Hula shirt night, Hawaiian night.
It is. What a great student section tonight.
Fired up. You know, there's been a lot of criticism of the student sections across the state, college, even high school. They leave at halftime, but this crowd's hung around here tonight. It's great to see.
Great energy. They were here early. A lot of activity, a lot of buzzing around for this game tonight. They're looking sharp. No hula shirts.
The throw, boy, he dropped it to Goldston beautifully at the 35, and he'll get it down to the 25. No, still on his feet to the 20. Takes it into the red zone on a huge gain there. Boy, Goldston, a magician on that play.
Yeah, the senior recognized zone coverage, and he ran his out just between the 2 levels. Cueto found him. Nice completion. He got some help there from List, who picked him up. Didn't let him get to the ground. List picked him up and carried him another 5 yards. Great effort.
So that is a first down, and now they pound their way deeper into the red zone. That is the Reel It In red zone with saltwater seafood and fry shack from Boat to Bite. Done right.
Done them best. being able to grind it out. Now they're just inflicting their will on this defense.
2nd and 3.
This is a time where Wake Forest needs a turnover. They need a splash play. They need to do something. Slow this down.
And they get there defensively and will wrestle Best down at the 15. Nice work there defensively. McLaughlin and Carroll, the 2 outside backers.
Yep, they did great job getting early penetration, getting up the field, and being able to get the runner in the backfield.
Loss of 2, 3rd down 5.
Leesville's in no hurry, beating clock.
Cueto out in the flex, List. 1st down, Moore, his 2nd touchdown of the half. That is a Crossroads Ford touchdown for List of Leesville. Crossroads Ford, the Ford store that gives you more.
Wake Forest having a difficult time with these big bodies between List. Here's the play here. He sets it up. He's able to stretch it out, get to List, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. Shows all that hard work pays off in the summertime, Patrick.
That individual activity tonight for both these sides has been outstanding. This kick is going to be up, and it is good, and that's going to be Alex Tillery, the soccer player, the senior, booting it through. But it's List, his 2nd touchdown of the half. He would not be denied. Give him 6, and it's Leesville leading by 21. During the 4th quarter of tonight's game, we'll select the Central Carolina Chevy Dealers player of the game. Visit your Central Carolina Chevy dealer today, and could it be Evan List?
Yeah, he's been outstanding tonight. As we discussed, Wake Forest is just having a difficult time between him and Devin Goldston with the size. They're using their big bodies to work free. And then Wake Forest is just having a hard time getting them to the ground. A lot of missed tackles. And we're seeing it on the flip side, too. I mean, Leesville's guilty of it as well, trying to corral Micah. And so Wake Forest is in a tough spot here, Patrick. Down a few touchdowns. They're going to have to do something. We talked about it on the last drive, but you know, the offense has become a little flat. You got to find the next gear. Stay in this game.
Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff, always here when you need us. Well, that time the return game not quite as potent. Really, the inability to get anything vertical tonight has also harmed the Cougars' offensive effort.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got 2 quarterbacks that are equally rotating in this game. You got Landon Perry back in the game on this drive. But, you know, that's difficult on an offense when you have 2 quarterbacks. There's 2 cadences. There's a lot of rhythm. There's different styles. So Wake Forest is challenged a lot tonight with some adversity.
And 1st and 10 and some really good yardage, and they finally are able to bring Olu down.
He has been an absolute bright spot for Wake Forest tonight. I don't know how many yards he has, but it's got to be a lot. I know they can't give it to him every play, but I would strongly consider it. A lot of times he's the best athlete on the field.
Yeah, he's on the sideline now, came out hobbling. So they're going to go to Tabin, and Tabin can't turn the corner.
Yeah, Leesville doing a really good job there, anticipating what was coming. Obviously, Wake Forest leaning on that running game. That's been the bright spot for them. Leesville there, waiting for it. Corral it, get it down.
Adam Saunier and Hobbs pushing Taven out.
Loss to the 27, second and
Perry,
11.
the freshman,
I'm sorry, 37.
trying to get the sides organized here. 5 receivers in the pattern, and
Before the play.
Get offsides.
Timeout, Leesville.
timeout by Leesville. The back judge threw a flag, but it still had a handful of seconds left on the play clock.
Yeah.
Well, we'll step aside. Riddle and Riddle, Friday Night Rivals, presented by the University of North Carolina. Pride with the big lead here at home. Well, stay tuned. Later on in the game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus. When the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing, paid for by NHTSA. Timeout was taken by Leesville Road. And we got another sack as the freshman is going to be brought down.
Number 6, Landon Perry, is sacked by number 30, Jaden Grimes.
Jaden Grimes in with that assignment for Leesville Road, one of the backups.
Perry wanted to go down the field. His receivers were covered up. Obviously, Leesville doing a great job. It's almost a form of a covered sack. But Leesville will take it, extra effort there. Good job getting him to the ground.
Third down, 17. Stepping up is Perry, and he got rocked. Incomplete.
Mark Armand was on pursuit, and I think he got to the shoulder of Perry and forced an errant throw as he was working his way towards the sideline.
So another big run by Olu, and it is for naught.
Armand, yeah, he just gets right around the shoulder, disrupts the pass, forcing the punt.
Back to receive, Lachelle Barnes and Evan Brown.
Barnes and Barn are back for the Pride. This has been one spot that's been a little errant tonight. That's going to be played off the bounce, however.
He saw enough of it. Saw enough rolling punts that he was gonna scoop that one.
34 yards on the punt, 3-yard return.
There's still plenty of game left in this one. Leesville, they're not going to let up at this point. Still three touchdown game.
Pride are going to be taking on a new conference foe of Wake Forest next week. They'll be here at home against Heritage in the open week, and then they begin Cap 8A play. Oh, it's dropped again. It goes to Goldston, and Goldston deep into Cougar territory, and the defender down on the turf, slow to get up.
Goldston on that tackle, it looked as though
he might have been rocked too.
His neck was kind of bent back a little bit. But again, they put him on ISO coverage on the outside. They run play action. There's no safety help. There's no one there to protect them.
There might have been a face mask at the end, and then a couple of defenders. Sturvedant, who's got 23 on. And boy, yeah, he and Nico Hunter got entangled. So Sturvedant's knee is ailing him. And a couple of Wake Forest bodies are down. And coming off limping is Goldston.
You hate to see this. It's two good players. All three players just competing.
Yep. Well, let's take a look at the new conferences that these sides are going to be involved in. We mentioned Leesville's part of the Cap 8A, and of course that is a really big conference that they're in. See Athens, Broughton, Corinth Holders, Inlow, and then you got Leesville. Millbrook's loaded. Roseville has been one of the best teams in the area in recent years.
Yeah, we're affected by this. We have a daughter at Rose High School, and they went from 3A to 6A, and this reshuffling of the caps. There's Northern 6, 6A. Eastwick, Franklin, Tim, Heritage, Knightdale, Vance County, and Wake Forest.
So Wake Forest is a 7A school, as you see both at least one of the players, Hunter, coming off. And now they're going to help Sturdivant to his feet. Goldston also being tended to a little bit. The thing about that new conference for Wake Forest is when we talked to Reggie Lucas this week, as Sturdivant having a tough time putting any weight on that leg where his knee hit the helmet. You know, Coach Lucas kind of thought they were out there on an island a little bit. They're really, you know, I know they're geographically close to Heritage and Knightdale, but you have East Wake, who we'll see in a few weeks. Vance County is a school they've never played. Franklinton, a couple of 6A schools. So, as we've said, you know, even dating back to last year in the spring, it's kind of a brave new world in high school athletics in this state now.
Yeah, it is. You know, obviously competition is the big concern. You know, the prior classes were just too big of a discrepancy between the big schools in each class and the smaller schools in each class.
Barnes gets the handoff.
Handoff to number 2,
Akshar Barnes has had a heck of a night.
He has. Yeah, he's one of those runners that just continues to churn. He's got good speed on the perimeter. He's not oversized, so he's smaller. He's harder for defensive linemen to see. And by the time you see him, he's already worked his way upfield for 4 or 5 yards.
He's got a little limp as he comes off.
Been a physical game.
Yeah, it really has. Pride, we mentioned Heritage next week. Millbrook is who Wake Forest will play. And if they are unable to rally here, they'll have an 0-2 record heading into that matchup with the Wildcats.
Wow, that play was dead to rights. Donovan Best, when he got the ball, there was multiple defenders in the backfield. Somehow they did not get him to the ground. He just continued to work and find his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that could have been a 4 or 5 yard loss.
Debenham, who's playing out there with the cast, finally able to be the principal tackler to track him down. Air Experts first down. Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com. Best again picking his way through. Inside the 20 he goes. So that'll be an opportunity. It's the Reel It In red zone with Saltwater Seafood and Fry Shack. From boat to bite, done right.
I'm really impressed with the Leesville offense. You know, it has the RPO option, but also it has levels to it where the receiving options are able to go high or low, and it's got complexities within it within the rushing attack. So really impressive with Leesville coaches.
Best again.
They got the first down.
Wow. Donovan Best rips off 5.
He's getting the tough yards. He's getting the tough sledding on this assignment. He's obviously the bigger size back. He's doing a great job.
So a first down for Air Experts, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule a tune-up today at airexperts.com. Got a timeout taken by Wake Forest.
Pride leading 28-7.
Minute 36 to go. Pride are knocking on the door again.
I think they just want to regroup. You know, one more touchdown, this thing's out of hand a little bit for them. So give them an opportunity to reset.
Wake Forest with a proud tradition, 3-time 4AA state champs, 16, 17, and 18. They had a stretch over 6 seasons where they went 84-4. Wow. 35-game winning streak during that time. As we mentioned, their last losing season before last year, you got to go back to 2003 when they went just 3-7. Reggie Lucas was not the coach at that point. Their last non-winning season the next year where they finished 7-7, making the postseason. That was 04. So what they went through last year with a 5-7 mark, even though they made the playoffs, was something that they're really not used to in Wake Forest.
Yeah, rich tradition. I think that timeout was just a lecture. Telling these boys, dig deep. Let's go, let's stay in this thing.
Cueto. Goldston curls outside. 10, 5, he dives. Did he get in? No, he stepped out first. Out at the 4.
What a dangerous weapon he is. If he has space, which he did there, it's almost like flag football. Come get me. He turns it up. He's able to stretch. Yeah, right there, 4-yard line. Great effort, though.
Fans here didn't like it, but clearly the replay shows it was all over the sideline. Then Kolstad questions the call, and so does Jim Bob Bryant, the offensive coordinator. Here's Coach Kolstad.
To see that athleticism at this level, you know.
So an unsportsmanlike conduct on both sides, they offset.
Yeah, to see that athleticism, you know, at this level, he's a true talent. Have a good understanding why Wake Forest came for him.
2nd and 3 for Leesville from the 5-yard line.
Just grind it out here, Patrick.
We've seen Cueto be mobile, but it's been more moving the pocket. Just when you have backs like he's got, you probably don't want to risk him running necessarily. He'll give it to Best, and he's tackled, but is able to lean forward to pick up positive yardage. 3rd down and short.
They tried to stretch 3 wide. They moved Evan List out wide as well. Try to stretch out that defense. Got to roll the middle of the field a little bit more.
A couple of tacklers there, including Xavier Taylor, sophomore. Leesville in control, and they are
Only 1 minute remaining in the quarter.
approaching the line methodically. List motions. Going to run away from List as he motioned back on some misdirection. And down to the 5-yard line. That is Balkus wrestling Best to the turf. Probably the last snap of the half, because this will be a 4th down, and I'm sure Leesville will want to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Balkus, good effort there. Working down the line of scrimmage, getting Best to the ground.
Well, and we've got a player hurt. They stopped the clock with 7 ticks.
Timeout for a Wake Forest player injury.
I hate to see this kind of piling up. That is sophomore Schwalbeck. Got the interception that led to the score. Broke up a pass in the end zone earlier. It's been a really tough deal for Wake Forest. They were without Amari Cook tonight, who had 9 tackles last week to lead them. And of course, the big story here before the game, Reggie Lucas, an hour before the game, having to leave to what he called an emergency situation. And had a couple of members of the entourage for the Cougars with him. And our best to whatever that situation is for Coach Lucas and all involved.
It looks like Schwalbeck has some back tightness. Something going on with his back. You know, you don't want to see these things late in the game. You know, 2 teams competing as best they can. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. It's a long season. You know, these guys have been grinding in the summer to get ready for this season. They want to come out here and shine, especially on TV like this with a great opportunity.
It's been a lot of fun here tonight. The crowd, I can't get over it. It's really excellent here tonight. This is a packed set of stands on the Leesville side. Good showing for Wake Forest. They always have a lot of interest.
Set of hands for number 7 for Wake Forest, Drew Schwalbeck.
Drew Schwalbeck in a seated position. Be interesting to see what it's like next week. We'll go to Green Hope. They will host Athens Drive, the Jaguars. And that'll be a 7 o'clock game next week. Athens Drive, one of 2 high schools Jay Sonhalter attended in the Triangle. Went there and then Wakefield.
Did he really?
He did. So it's the big question, who claims Sonny?
That's right.
Wakefield does, but you got to think if you're Athens Drive with the big
Does he have his number?
that Sonny is. He should have his number retired at both places, should he not?
Both or at least one.
Yeah, but definitely both.
Right.
Yeah. Tommy Smith is the coach of Athens Drive. He, of course, played. He was part of 2 Fiesta Bowl championship teams at Boise State. How about Boise losing to South Florida of the American?
Yeah, it's not a great start for Boise. They're wanting, Leesville they just ran the clock out.
Yep. Byron Brown from this area going to South Florida. Speaking of Roseville, we are at the end of 3, and it has been all controlled by this Leesville offense. Defense has been stingy, and List, he's made the list tonight. A couple of scores for the 6'5" tight end for the Pride.
We're heading into the bottom of the 4th here at Leesville Road High School, and they are up 28-7. But in the offseason, the Cougars spent some time at Liberty Oaks Farm painting and fixing up property. Their kicking coach, Mike Stricker, has a farm that he has as a place of peace for families facing crisis like loss, particularly in those first 48 hours. He told me the farm includes gardens, walking trails, and resources both on site and online to help people around the world dealing with these crisis situations. And the message they are trying to get across is simple. Students can support students and adults can support adults. And it starts with simply asking, are you okay? And then following up by listening. To learn more about how people can help, visit libertyoaksnc.com.
All right, Madison, thank you. He joined the staff a couple weeks ago after moving to the area and fired up about this special teams play.
Yeah, on cue. His special team stepped up and got the block. His team's got some life.
Except we planned it, right?
Amazing.
Nice block there. Great effort by Dednam, who's playing with a cast.
He got a heck of a jump on that edge.
Well, he did, and then it was returned, and live ball. Here comes a flag.
And off from Landon Perry, number 29.
Landon Perry
Justin Lemus,
off.
tackle by number 6, Gavin Lennon.
One of the reserves, a new name in there, gone way down deep on the depth chart. Justin Lemus, a sophomore.
Holding, Wake Forest.
And another penalty on the Cougars.
I'm interested what that flag count is now as we roll into the 4th quarter. It's got to be a big number.
We've got the man who thumps the base, Paul Walls, back here tonight on floor direction, producing, and stats. So you maybe check with him. I don't know, but it's got to be double digits,
right?
For sure, right? First down after the penalty, and it's out of the reach. On the run, wanted to work it to Isaiah Goodwin, who's had a quiet night after a couple of catches last week in the opening loss to Sanderson. 14 receptions last year.
Yeah, it's going to be frustrating for him. He was able to get free behind the defender. Throws just off. That would have been a good one to hit on. I like the thought that they're going to go ahead and take a chance. Just couldn't connect.
Stricker also, he worked with State's kicker that you saw last night.
That's right.
Calling the game.
Yeah, the punter and the kicker.
Yeah.
NC State.
Tough night for him, the freshman. Oh, that's a pretty ball, but incomplete. Well, he put a lot on that one. And that was Albert Sanchez out there, the junior receiver who couldn't catch up to it. Boy, that was a really good-looking ball from Perry.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sanchez, again, they're running those ins, those deep ins. They're not able to connect, but he was there. He had him by a few yards. It's unfortunate.
Boy, that would have changed the complexion of this one.
Both of them.
30 seconds in. Oh, you're right.
They're both there. Did they dial it up again?
Pressure comes. The freshman takes off, and he'll dart out of bounds. It'll bring up 4th and 15.
Yeah, good coverage down the field.
Perry on the scramble, chased out of bounds.
Leesville made the adjustments on that one. They weren't going to let the Wake Forest receivers get behind them that time. Safeties played super deep, a 2-deep scenario. Now they bring on the punt unit.
Dominic Maloney back to punt.
Maloney gets it away. It's a bounce.
Want that returner's got to yell, Peter, 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 when that thing's on the ground.
So a 31-yard punt, and it'll be Leesville ball when we come back. Welcome back in. It is Riddle and Riddle Friday Night Rivals presented by the University of North Carolina. Patrick Johnson, Andrew Bays, and Madison Little patrolling the sidelines. First and 10. What do you think of Cueto's play tonight?
It's been solid. He's been stretching out. He's able to work the perimeter with his legs to allow his receivers to get open. He's really showcased the talent. He's undersized as a quarterback, but they certainly use his attributes to get him out of the pocket, get him rolling, get Devin Olson open, and break it free for Barnes and Best to work it over the middle with their mid-game rushing attack. So he's a dual threat quarterback.
Really excited about his future. Nice job there. Good to see Sturvett back in.
26, so it's another depth running back.
Michael Ramsey is in.
Sturtevant, good play.
Sturtevant was shaken up on that play where he had his knee run into his teammate's helmet downfield on the Goldston reception. So he's back. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. Quickly gets rid of the football, and an effort to tunnel ahead by the pass catcher, Canyon Wagner, the sophomore. Had a catch last week.
Pass complete to number 82, Canyon Wagner.
Some good yards there. He's going to be shy of the marker. So it'll be third down and short.
Yeah, Sanjaya Carroll has been so good tonight with some tackles. He came crashing down on that one, missed tackle. Allowed him to pick up an extra 4 or 5 yards.
Arthritis Knee and Pain Center's first down. Arthritis knee pain relief without surgery or opioids. So sponsor of the first down here in the fourth.
Leesville not in any rush. 4 seconds on the play clock. They call timeout.
So they burned their second of the half.
Timeout called by Leesville. 9:23 remaining in the fourth quarter. A 28-7 Leesville lead.
Finally,
and to our younger fans, in case you didn't hear the announcement before,
second week of high school football, college football, week one, lots of tremendous games. A lot of interest in this part of the state because of what is happening in Chapel Hill Monday night. Bill Belichick taking over for North Carolina. They'll host TCU, probably their toughest test of the season. It comes in the opener in North Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what Bill Belichick can do. I mean, year one, most of his players are transfers, and he's got to build a culture. He's going to do it quickly, but I'm curious to know whether it's kind of going to be one of those Colorado rebuilds where the first year is kind of a little shaky. But the game tomorrow, Ohio State, Texas, noon kickoff. That's going to be a big one.
It was good to see you didn't get the Barstool band here like Portnoy got in the horseshoe.
That's right. I wonder if he'll still try to get in.
1st and 10, maybe a disguise. Out to Ramsey, and here he goes down the sideline. Ramsey on his horse. He'll score. Touchdown, Leesville Road. That is Michael Ramsey taking it to the house on a Crossroads Ford touchdown. The Ford store that gives you more.
Cueto just delays it just a little bit. Gets it out to Ramsey, and he does all the work. Just a quick delay, look away, and then just show your speed, young man. Extra effort, extra speed to pick up the 6th. Put this game out of hand.
Looks like we got an unsportsmanlike flag coming in against Leesville.
We've seen a lot of talent on this field tonight. Ramsey wanted his opportunity to showcase his speed and talent. He got his highlight reel. Great effort. Talking to the Wake Forest sideline.
A couple of penalties, so I guess it's side. So you have 2 unsportsmanlike, so they're not going to be able to assess both. Or will they be able to assess both? If Madison has something on it, who's down there?
You said it, 2 unsportsmanlikes against Leesville. That was Devin Goldston and Akshar Barnes. And then their coach had them doing burpees on the sideline as punishment, telling them to tighten up. We have to be better than this.
Oh, the old burpee discipline.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was a lot of fun. So one will be assessed here on the kick, the other on the kickoff.
That almost got blocked too.
Yeah, it did, but it is through. Bindle.
With 9:11 remaining in the 4th quarter, it's Leesville 35, Wake Forest 6.
They went to Tillery. So Tillery, the soccer player, boots it through, the senior.
Leesville
kicked tonight. Sorry about that, Andrew.
No, it's okay. Leesville in cruise control right now. Ben Kolstad, great job tonight. Great game plan. Getting this Wake Forest defense spread out, using his threats on the perimeter. He's got a lot of them over there. Push this lead 35-7. 9:11 left in this 4th quarter.
Well, we talked about it when we showed you the new conference that they're in. I mean, you've got Roseville, Millbrook's really stacked this year. And if you're Leesville, you're trying to be in a position where you'll be up there at the end of October with those 2 before the playoff starts, competing for a conference championship. And Kolstad's done a magnificent job as a head coach here in his 7th year.
They're between List, Devin Goldston, Donovan Best, Akshar Barnes, led by Damasio Cueto. They've got a lot of talent. The offensive line has really showed out tonight as well. Hayden Erickson, Cody Bullard, Sawyer Reed, Sam Hutchinson, Jaden Hester. Can't forget those guys. They've been working hard up front. I don't have the yardage count for these teams, but it's a great effort tonight for this home crowd.
Good crowd here.
Student section has not thinned out.
Yeah, that's a positive, isn't it?
Yeah.
See them there, they're standing, they're fired up. Here we are, waving at the camera. Got the open air press box tonight.
That's right. It's nice.
No, it is.
It's a nice breeze.
There we go. Paige, you're already taller than I am. No need to make it look worse.
Sorry about that, Patrick.
It's okay. Time for the NC Safe kickoff. NC Safe. If you own a gun, lock it up. Together, let's keep North Carolina safe. Ball loose.
We call that a sky kick. You really make that returner make a decision of whether they want to call fair catch. And he did not. He chose to tried to corral it. It was a short kick. He came up, and it's almost catastrophe there. They were lucky to be able to jump on that ball.
Yeah. We were talking a little earlier about Coach Kolstad and Paul Test as a coach that he has relied on heavily. From Michigan, state championship coach in the Ann Arbor area. And he's actually patterned this defense after the defense that Coach Test ran for a number of years. McNair pump fakes, and he's able to scramble for some positive yardage. That could have gone south.
Yeah, he was looking for Goodwin in the flat. Goodwin was covered. Leesville did a good job covering the flat. So he kept it, tried to make a play up the middle gap. He was able to pick up 6, call it 6, 7?
I think closer to 7 or 8, but we're going to go 7. You say 6, I say 8. We'll split it at 7, call it 2nd and 3. Olsen, the tight end, got the football, and he, on the handoff, carries it for the first.
Olsen with the carry. Did a good job being patient there. Let the blockers in front of him set up the blocks. He just churned it out. Here you see, make a player miss and get up the field. Good job.
So an arthritis knee and pain center's first down. Arthritis knee pain relief without surgery or opioids. Pass caught. Rajan McCoy, the sophomore slot receiver, comes up with the catch.
Yep, just a quick hit to the perimeter to McCoy. Throws low. It was a good catch by McCoy. Keep the ball alive, keep the drive moving.
Low snap, picked up. Big tight end starts left, cuts it back. And Olsen sets up a 3rd down and 4.
I wonder if they've had some injuries in the backfield where Olsen's now running.
Well, I know Madison went over to check out what was going on with Micah Olu, and I don't know if they've brought him out as a precaution or if he's banged up. There's the throw, and it's dropped.
Well, Olu actually, I think he was lining up in the slot on that play. So
he's out there.
He's not in the backfield.
That was Tyson Stanton. Backup tight end, junior. Couldn't hang on. 4th and 2, they're going to keep the offense out there. Why not? There's Olu.
Yeah, there you go. I'd find him on 4th down.
Yeah, I would too. McNair had one him right beside me. Instead, he gives it to Olsen, and Olsen rumbles downhill. Picks up the first.
Yeah, just again, patient with the run. Able to follow the block, good trap block. Always working hard up there. See a lot of dominance on that offensive line on that play. Good effort.
Guys, offensive line, aren't they?
Yeah.
Arthritis knee and pain center's first down. Arthritis knee pain relief without surgery or opioids.
I don't have the measurables for Wyatt Rushing and Justin Ware, but they're loads.
Big boys.
They're on the right side, right tackle and right guard.
Another penalty against the Cougars.
1st and 15 from the 35.
Ball's down at the 35 as we near the midway point of the 4th. Going for it. Oh, what a catch made, and into the end zone for a touchdown. Isaiah Goodwin with his first catch tonight.
Good job. Isolation coverage. A lot of times, you get that one-on-one coverage. You want to take a shot. Let your receiver, in this instance, Isaiah Goodwin, go up and make a play. And that's exactly what he did. Oh, McNair going that way the whole time. Threw it up. Got the defender twisted up. Good catch.
kick is true.
Wake Forest putting some points on the board. Try to kind of close out this gap a little bit. Good effort right here for Wake Forest. Good job, young man.
Some fight from the Cougars. And a nice touchdown reception of 35 yards. The senior McNair to Isaiah Goodwin. So we'll see if they go with the onside kick. 6:32. Stranger things have happened, but you got to think right now if you're Leesville, you want to come out, kind of run a 4-minute offense here. You do have the 3-score lead.
For Wake Forest, you want to, you're certainly in a tough spot looking at a loss here, but you want to play with pride. You want to close this thing out. You want to feel better. Have an opportunity maybe to close this up. Another touchdown would be great. Get a defensive stop, get the ball back.
Zachary Engelhard.
They got it.
And they do. Engelhard, who's been bothered by a hip. How about that on the Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff?
Coach Lucas talked about Engelhard. He said he trusted him. He's just been struggling with an injury. He's able to absolutely hit a dime on a onside kick. What an effort by Wake Forest special teams.
Yeah, it's going to be offsides, though, on Wake Forest. Okay, they didn't call it. All right, so it'll be Wake Forest ball. I think he got it at the 10. I think the ball, I mean, it was bang, bang.
It was that was a great effort.
But they couldn't have executed it any better.
I don't think even if they could go to replay on that,
it would be overturned. Yeah.
It wouldn't have been overturned.
We found a little something here with Olsen, who rushed for 33 yards last week, toting the rock. Yeah, picked up a couple here. Like we said, stranger things have happened.
Look, he's definitely giving them some life. They're converting. They're getting first downs. Playing with a little pep in their step.
Ball slung along the sideline, caught. They've got Zach Hughes now in at quarterback, number 11. He's the third quarterback they've used tonight. We saw Hughes earlier holding on the extra point. There's a look at the young man, the junior. Tall, lanky, long-armed.
Wow.
Big handoff to Olsen, who rumbles downhill.
So the offensive line is finding some life here late in this one.
They're also going to the hurry up.
Good effort by the offensive line, creating space.
So first down for Arthritis Knee and Pain Centers. Arthritis Knee and Pain Relief without surgery or opioids.
Another 6 down, or 6 yards.
Olsen looks like your near teammate in Detroit, Barry Sanders. He retired right when you got to camp.
Yeah, I never got to play with Barry Sanders. I retired right before I reported.
Hughes, too tall. Wanted to...
Missed opportunity there.
Trying to work the pass to Albert Sanchez.
Yeah, I've enjoyed watching Spencer Olsen run. He's got good size. He's got good balance as a runner. His offensive line is responding for him. They're blocking for him. Got a good little thing going.
You know, I don't hate the pass there because you do have third and manageable. Let's see what they do. They're going to go to the air again. Towards the end zone, here comes a flag. Is it going to be a hold or is it going to be some kind of interference? Now some more laundry comes flying in, a hat even.
I think you got a hold and then you got an unsportsmanlike.
So the lead official threw the flag and then decided to toss the hat.
Did he pick up the hat?
He did. It's back on his head.
Okay, maybe he picked up that flag. Let's see.
I think he wanted to return the lid
you think?
To its rightful perch. It's a hold.
Dead ball, yeah.
Oh, it's unsportsmanlike against Leesville. And Big Kolstad's not happy about it. He wants to have a conversation.
I think the Leesville player was running his mouth a little bit after the hold penalty. I think he was probably begging for a hold penalty. He got it.
Right,
and
trying to sell it.
Trying to sell it a bit too much. Either way, Wake Forest is doing a good job on this drive. They're moving the ball, picking up first downs, showing some life. Kind of had that lull, you know, at the start of the second half, third quarter. Just kind of ran out of gas a little bit. Didn't have an answer for Leesville.
Well, they've set up the Arthritis and Knee Pain Center's first down. Just inside the red zone, so that gives us a chance to remind you it's the Reel It In red zone with saltwater seafood and fry shack. From boat to bite, done right. Hughes stands tall in the pocket, broken up.
That was a dangerous throw.
Evan Brown defensively.
Yeah, he was late. He was late on that throw, and that was dangerous over the middle. He had plenty of coverage back there. Couple defenders, and he dodged a bullet there.
Both their pass touchdowns have come via the pass tonight.
Evan Brown with the breakup.
Olu with a great reception in the first half, and then Goodwin with that last one. Forge it ahead on the ground. Again, Olsen.
Pick up the first down on that one. Just short.
Schemnauer in on the tackle.
Gain of 8 on the play, 3rd and 2.
Third down 2. Again, Olsen cranks it inside the 5.
Leesville has not had much of an answer for Spencer Olsen in the backfield.
They list him at 5'10", 165. That can't be right. He's bigger than that.
He does look bigger than that.
He's done a heck of a job running.
Looks bigger than 165.
He does. Another flag. And an additional.
85, Spencer Olsen brought down by number 7, Logan Kaiser, number 9, Sam White, flag on the play.
Anyone have a flag count?
Clock stopped with 3:47 remaining.
Infinite.
Lost count. Yeah.
They have enough fingers.
Holding, Wake Forest.
It'd be a hold against.
I think he ran out of ink.
Yeah, he may have. We're nearing, though, like the 20 flag. I mean, I feel pretty confident in saying that.
Oh, 100%. I mean, what do we have? 11 flags at halftime?
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about just.
Oh, one team. Yeah.
Yeah.
On Wake Forest.
Coach Dillard, Coach Dill as they call him, stepping in tonight for Reggie Lucas. Hughes, too tall.
He had him.
He did.
Stick it on him.
Great effort there by Olu. When you say stick it on him, what do you mean?
You just, as you're rolling out, you need to put some zip on it and put it on him. He certainly floated that ball with a little bit too much, you know, a little bit too much touch. When you want to stick it on them, you want to put a little pop to it.
Kind of like when you threw your pass.
I was
on the fake punt.
I was late sticking it to him. I stuck it to him, but
you stuck it to him. You just didn't.
It was late.
Hughes stepping up. He'll keep. Looked like that a hand was up around his helmet, maybe near the face mask, but no flag, and he picks up the first inside the 9 to the 8, or inside the 10 to the 8.
As he worked his way, looks downfield, nothing there. Yeah, that was a face mask.
They call it.
Yep.
Timeout Cougars.
Remaining in the 4th. And a 35-14 Leesville lead.
Let's take a look at tonight's school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA.
This is the school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Might be a quick kick. No, McNair loads, throws, and it is intercepted along the sideline by the Pride.
This is the school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Well, that was Goldston with the pick. What a night he's had. A touchdown catch and an interception.
Yeah, just a phenomenal athlete, both sides of the field. You get to see the showcase there on the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, we saw his what would be play of the game offensively. The big bomb that he caught for a touchdown. You know, McNair just stared him down, and the athlete can read that fairly easily, and that's what he did. Stepped up and made a play.
Hughes towards the end zone, in the air, knocked away. Thompson got a mid on it.
But broken up by number 23, Josh Thompson.
He rolled out.
Fourth down now.
He's looking, he's staring down his option. Throw was behind him. The throw, if he let him, it probably would have been picked. There was triple coverage there. Not a lot of options for him to try to work through. Isaiah Goodwin was the only one. Jazeer Thompson with a great stop there.
It was really a great effort. Fourth and goal. Hughes. And it's going to be incomplete. Wanted to get it to the backup tight end in the back of the end zone, but he was surrounded, so incomplete to Stanton. And it'll be Leesville taking over on downs.
Yeah, good coverage. Good coverage by Leesville and Stanton. He tried to work free. There's a shot of the student section.
Aloha.
Yeah. We're here late in the game. 3 minutes left. Good effort by the students.
Big Hawaiian shirt guy? Do you have any in the collection?
Not currently, I don't think I do.
I don't either. I had a few at one time.
I know the trend has come back, though.
It really has. Good looking tops there.
Yeah, looking sharp.
On the carry, number 26, Michael Ramsey.
Michael Ramsey into the game on first down. He has a touchdown tonight on a catch and run, and he's going to have to come off. His shoulder pads a little out of kilter.
Yeah, between Barnes and Ramsey, they're not very big.
No.
You know, as far as runners, but they do pack a punch. Both of them do.
Back kind of crumbled there.
Yeah, not much going on there.
It was Barnes again. Not been the noisiest of second halves for Barnes, but he really set a tone early on tonight in a starting role for Jaden Lee Perry, who they really didn't need tonight.
Yeah, it's a long season. It's, you know, week 2. You've got depth between Ramsey and Best, and you know, you want to keep these legs fresh as the season goes on. And they have, you know, that advantage to have 3 good runners in that running back room.
Ramsey back into the game. 90 seconds remaining in this edition of Riddle and Riddle Friday Night Rivals, presented by the University of North Carolina.
Gain to the 16, 4th and 2. Punt team is out to Leesville. Jake Bendel back to punt.
Time for a punt.
You know, I don't think I ever had this opportunity in high school to play in a Friday Night Lights televised game. This is pretty sweet for these kids.
Timeout Leesville, 1:02 remaining.
It's been a big deal. All right, well, it is time for our Central Carolina Chevy Dealers Player of the Game, and it goes to Mr. 2 touchdowns tonight, Evan List.
As you see there, Evan List using that big 6'5" frame that, you know, as we featured, Maddie featured earlier, it came in at a much smaller size in high school and has really grown here in the last 2 years. And what a night he's had with 2 touchdowns. Haven't had to do much with him here late in the game, but heck of a talent. He's going to have an opportunity to play at the next level. Excited to see what he can do.
Visit your Central Carolina Chevy dealer today. Player of the game, Evan List, 2 touchdowns tonight.
I believe he's got an offer from Gardner Webb.
Yeah, he does. And I mean, I got to think as the year goes on, even though he's in his senior campaign, that those opportunities may grow.
Absolutely.
You know, it's tough for a lot of these players, though, now, these seniors, with the way the portal is prevalent in the college game. Your old, one of your old coaches, offensive coordinator now at Elon, Doug Martin, and a nice job with the quarterback there last night. They played Duke tough before the Blue Devils prevailed, blowing them out.
Yeah, Doug Martin's still doing it.
He was retired. He was fishing down at the coast and decided to get back into it.
Yeah, it never leaves the coach. You know, I think there's a natural high for those coaches to be able to put in the work, you know, plant the seeds with these players and be able to see them produce on Friday nights or Saturdays or whatever it might be. There's something to it. Obviously, Coach Lucas with Wake Forest, you know, 30 years, you know.
Yeah, one time at it.
He's clearly been great at it.
And we certainly wish Reggie in the situation he's dealing with, whatever that is, the very, very best. Coach Lucas, 180 wins as the head coach, played at Wake Forest. They've put a lot of guys in at the next level. And they've got a really tough non-conference slate. Standerson last week here at Leesville tonight. They've been really good in recent years. Millbrook. They'll take on Wakefield on the road on September 12th, and then Hillside on the 19th over in Durham. And they begin conference play with Vance County first week in October, first Friday in October. Hughes airing it out. Incomplete, wanted Zach Hughes the receiver downfield. To work it down to number 15 there, that's Alex Barnwell.
Yeah, they're going to have to look at the positive things that they did tonight. You know, obviously just overmatched against Leesville.
Well, I think the penalties too, and just an abundance of them, but how many times do they get something going on a drive offensively and then they'd have a hold?
That's right. It's hard to get things going when you got laundry on the field.
Carry by Justin Lemus, the sophomore back.
On the carry, number 29, Justin Lemus.
Lemus,
number 42.
and the clock stops at 6.4. And they'll burn their final timeout, will Wake Forest. Why not? Can't take them home with you?
That's right.
Short of first down yardage.
Well, great job tonight, Andrew. Maiden voyage for you on TV. I know you've done a lot of radio.
This is it's different. I will tell you, having a replay in the in our booth, that's something you don't always have on radio. And the staff has been absolutely great. This is first class production. Absolutely love this environment. High school football is great in North Carolina.
And a victory formation for Cueto as he takes the knee. They didn't need Cueto's arm so much tonight. He did a nice job of controlling the offense, overcame an early pick, and it was a big second half. Cueto with a couple of touchdown passes to List, but the ground game really churned it out. Stay with us, the presentation of our F&R trophy and more. When we come back, we'll hear from the winning coach with Madison on the field. Pride with a victory here tonight Led at 35-7 at one point. A late Wake Forest touchdown proves inconsequential. Here's Madison with the winning head coach and a bunch of happy Leesville Road players.
Well, Coach, we saw a lot of great things from all phases tonight. What does a team win like this say about this group of athletes?
Yeah, we're proud of the way we finished. It was a little sloppy here and there, but it's week 2. We're going to keep getting better, but a win against Wake Forest is always a good win.
And multiple offensive targets were able to get it done tonight. How impactful was that group for you guys?
Yeah, we're not about stars. We're about a team and everybody doing their job, and I thought as a team we played well.
Well, I'm going to give it to one of those targets now. Good job, guys.
All right, big celebration for the Pride here at home as they get their first win of 2025. Great victory for them. Well, all of us would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful folks at Riddle & Riddle, the University of North Carolina, Affordable Dentures, and Tatum and Atkinson, who make these games possible for you viewers at home. We'd also like to thank our other great supporters for their contributions to our Friday Night Rivals telecast. Arthritis Knee Pain Centers, Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Chevy Dealers of the Carolinas, Saltwater Seafood and Fry Shack, Crossroads Ford, Legacy Construction and Roofing, NHTSA, and NCDHHS. And we'd especially like to thank tonight's participating schools and their administrators for their support. Wake Forest High School and our host, Leesville Road. Tune in next Friday when the Athens Drive Jaguars take on the Green Hope Falcons. 7 o'clock kick, Friday Night Rivals, as we'll be back with you there. Wonderful job by the crew tonight. Madison Little on the sideline as well. And here with me in the booth, Andrew Bays. I'm Patrick Johnson. Have a great Labor Day weekend. Be safe out there. So long, everybody.